No matter what he did, no matter what he said, it just wouldn't come up. He sat across from me in my office last Tuesday, a man of 64, hands folded in his lap, eyes fixed on the floor, and when he finally looked up at me, there were tears in his eyes. He whispered, "Dr. Holloway, I feel like I'm not a man anymore." I'm Dr. Grace Holloway, and I've been practicing internal medicine and men's health here in Charleston, South Carolina for over 20 years. And I'm telling you right now, every single day, what I see in my consultation room breaks my heart. Good men, strong men, husbands, fathers, grandfathers, men who built businesses, raised families, served their country. And they sit across from me, feeling like their bodies have betrayed them. But here's what I want you to hear before we go any further. If you're watching this and you're over 50, over 60, over 70, even over 80, I want you to understand something most doctors won't tell you. The strength of your erection has very little to do with how old you are. It has everything to do with how you've been living. And the good news, the really good news, is that almost everything I'm about to share with you can be reversed. Not by some miracle pill, not by some sketchy supplement you saw advertised at 3 in the morning. By you, by changing what you do every single day. So today I'm going to walk you through the 10 most common mistakes I see men over 50 making. The mistakes that are quietly killing their sexual function. And at the end, I'm going to tell you exactly what tests to ask your doctor for, because I know that's what so many of you have been wondering. So stick with me all the way through. Lesson number 10 is the one that surprises my patients the most. Let me start by telling you about a patient of mine. I'll call him Tom. Tom was 61 years old when he first walked into my office about 3 years back. He was a retired contractor from up in Mount Pleasant, the kind of guy who could fix anything with his hands, built like a bull, drank his coffee black, loved his wife of 38 years, and he hadn't been able to perform in the bedroom for almost 2 years. He told me he'd tried everything. He'd tried the little blue pill. He'd tried the herbal stuff from the gas station. He'd tried just about every powder and potion you can imagine. And nothing was working. Worse than that, his marriage was suffering. His wife thought he didn't find her attractive anymore. He was depressed. He'd stopped going fishing with his buddies because, in his words, he didn't feel like a man worth being around. I want you to understand something. When I ran Tom's blood work, his testosterone level was at 198 nanograms per deciliter. For reference, a healthy man his age should be sitting between 400 and 700. He was less than half of where he should have been. And it wasn't because of his age. It was because of 10 things he was doing every single day without even knowing it. Today I'm going to share those 10 mistakes with you because I don't want you to be the next Tom sitting in my office 2 years too late. Mistake number 1, sitting all day long. I know. After you retire, after the kids are grown, after the business is sold, sitting feels like a reward. You earned it, right? But here's what's happening when you sit for hours on end watching the TV or scrolling on your phone. Blood flow to your pelvis slows down to a crawl. The arteries that feed your manhood get sluggish, and testosterone production drops. Studies have shown that men who sit more than 8 hours a day have testosterone levels significantly lower than men who get up and move every hour. So, set a timer. Get up every 45 minutes. Walk to the kitchen, walk to the mailbox, walk around the block. Your body was designed to move, and when you stop moving, things start shutting down. Mistake number 2, eating like a teenager. Listen, I love a good plate of fried catfish and hush puppies as much as the next person. I grew up here, but what I see in my office every day is men eating processed food, fast food, sugar, refined carbs, and seed oils 3 meals a day, and then wondering why their bodies are falling apart. That stuff causes inflammation. Inflammation damages your blood vessels, and your erection, plain and simple, depends on healthy blood vessels. If the highways are clogged, the traffic isn't getting where it needs to go. So eat real food. Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit, nuts. Food that your grandfather would have recognized as food. That alone, just changing what's on your plate, can transform your sex life within 90 days. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Mistake number 3, tight underwear and tight pants. This one always surprises my patients. They look at me like I've lost my mind. But hear me out. When you wear tight briefs, tight jeans, tight cycling shorts, you're raising the temperature of your testicles. And when the temperature of your testicles goes up, sperm production stops and testosterone production drops. Your testicles hang outside your body for a reason. They need to stay cooler than the rest of you. So, switch to boxers, wear loose-fitting pants, give the boys some breathing room. It's such a simple change, and the impact on your hormone levels can be measured within weeks. Let me tell you about another patient. I'll call him Rick. Rick was a 58-year-old engineer who came in complaining of low energy and erection problems. We ran his labs, and his sperm quality had really gone downhill. His testosterone was in the basement. I started asking him about his lifestyle, and it turns out he'd been an avid cyclist for 15 years, 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, on a hard, narrow racing saddle. He looked at me when I told him to stop and said, "Doc, if I stop cycling, I'm going to look like an old man." I said, "Rick, would you rather look like an old man or perform like an old man? Because right now you're doing both." That hit him hard. He swapped to a wide gel saddle, started wearing padded shorts with proper protection, cut his rides in half, and added swimming. 6 months later, his testosterone had nearly doubled, and things were working again the way they used to. So, if you're a cyclist, listen to me. There are special saddles designed to take pressure off your perineum. There are padded shorts with built-in protection. They sell them at any decent bike shop. Use them. Don't sacrifice your sexual function for a hobby. Mistake number 4, drinking too much alcohol. Now I know I'm in the South and bourbon is practically a food group around here, but alcohol is one of the worst things for your manhood. Here's why. Alcohol converts your testosterone into estrogen. Yes, you heard me right. Estrogen, that beer belly you're developing, that's not just from the calories. That's literally your body becoming more feminized because alcohol is shifting your hormone balance. 1 or 2 drinks on a special occasion, fine. But that nightly glass of wine, those 3 or 4 beers while you watch the game, that's going to add up. If you're serious about getting your function back, cut your drinking down to once or twice a week and keep it to no more than 2 drinks. Your liver, your heart, your brain, and yes, your manhood will all thank you. Mistake number 5, vitamin D deficiency. This is the plague of the modern age. We spend our lives indoors, behind windows, behind sunscreen, behind sunglasses. And vitamin D, which is actually a hormone that your skin makes from sunlight, is critical for testosterone production. I'd say about 80% of the men I test are deficient. Get your levels checked. The blood test is called 25-hydroxyvitamin D, and you want your number to be between 50 and 80. Most doctors will tell you anything above 30 is fine. I disagree. For optimal testosterone production, you want it higher. Get 15 to 20 minutes of direct sunlight on your skin every day if you can. And if you can't, supplement with at least 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, taken with a fatty meal so your body can absorb it. Mistake number 6, not lifting weights. I hear this all the time. "Doc, I'm too old to lift weights. I'll hurt myself." Listen to me. You are not too old. Resistance training is the single most powerful natural way to boost testosterone after 50. When you challenge your muscles against resistance, your body responds by producing more testosterone, more growth hormone, and improving insulin sensitivity, all of which directly impact your sexual function. You don't need to be deadlifting 400 pounds. Start with bodyweight squats, push-ups against the wall or the kitchen counter, carrying grocery bags up the stairs instead of taking the elevator. Find a good trainer who works with older adults 2 or 3 times a week and watch what happens. I've had men in their 70s and 80s transform their bodies and their sex lives by picking up some dumbbells. It's never too late. Mistake number 7, not getting enough sleep. Your body produces testosterone primarily while you sleep, especially during deep sleep in the early morning hours. If you're only sleeping 5 or 6 hours a night, you're robbing yourself of hours of testosterone production every single night. And it adds up. Men who consistently sleep less than 6 hours have testosterone levels that look like they're 10 or 15 years older than they actually are. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Get to bed by 10 if you can. Cut off screens an hour before bed. That blue light from your phone and TV destroys melatonin production. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. If you snore loudly or your wife says you stop breathing in your sleep, get tested for sleep apnea. Untreated sleep apnea is one of the biggest hidden causes of low testosterone and erectile dysfunction in men over 50. And most guys don't even know they have it. Mistake number 8, chronic stress. Everybody's stressed these days. The economy, the news, the family drama, the health worries. But chronic stress is poison to your sexual function. When you're stressed, your body produces cortisol. And cortisol and testosterone work like a seesaw. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Period. So you've got to find ways to manage your stress. For some men, it's fishing. For some, it's woodworking. For some, it's prayer or meditation. For others, it's spending time with grandkids or working in the garden. Whatever it is for you, prioritize it like your life depends on it, because your sexual function does. Stop watching the news for 2 hours every night. I promise the world will keep turning without you knowing every single thing that's wrong with it. Mistake number 9, smoking and vaping. I shouldn't even have to say this in 2026, but I'm still seeing patients in their 60s and 70s who smoke a pack a day. Smoking destroys the small blood vessels in your body. And what does an erection depend on? Healthy small blood vessels. Smokers have a 40% higher rate of erectile dysfunction than non-smokers, and vaping isn't any better. The nicotine constricts blood vessels just the same. If you smoke, quit. I know it's hard. I know you've tried before. Try again. Talk to your doctor about nicotine patches, about Chantix, about a cessation program, whatever it takes. Within 3 months of quitting, your blood flow improves dramatically. Within a year, your risk of heart attack and stroke is cut in half. And yes, your sexual function will start to come back. Mistake number 10. And this is the one nobody talks about. Ignoring your emotional health and your relationship. So many men I see come in convinced their problem is purely physical. And sometimes it is. But often there's something deeper going on. Maybe you and your wife haven't really talked in years. Maybe you're carrying grief that you've never let yourself feel. Maybe you've been telling yourself that real men don't need help, don't see therapists, don't talk about feelings. And that bottled up emotional weight is killing your libido. Sex isn't just about plumbing. It's about connection. It's about feeling safe. It's about feeling wanted. It's about being able to be vulnerable with another human being. If your relationship is strained, if you're dealing with depression, if you're carrying anger or sadness you've never worked through, all the testosterone in the world isn't going to fix it. Sometimes the most powerful thing a man can do is sit down with a counselor, a pastor, or even just have an honest conversation with the person he loves. I've seen men recover their sexual function just by repairing their marriages. Don't underestimate this one. It might be the most important of all 10. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments and questions from men watching my videos asking, Dr. Holloway, what tests should I actually ask my doctor for? So let me tell you exactly what to do. When you go see your primary care doctor, ask for the following: total testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, which stands for sex hormone binding globulin, estradiol, DHEAS, a complete metabolic panel, a lipid panel, hemoglobin A1C, vitamin D, 25-hydroxy, and a thyroid panel, including TSH, free T3, and free T4. If your doctor pushes back or tells you you don't need all that, find a doctor who will actually listen. You are paying for your health care. You deserve to know what's going on inside your body. And one more thing. If you're dealing with erection problems right now, today, and you're feeling hopeless, I want you to hear me. Yours is not unique. Yours is not the worst case I've ever seen. Yours is not beyond help. I have seen men who couldn't get an erection for 5 years walk out of my office a year later with their sex lives completely restored. By doing the things I just told you about, by being patient, by being consistent, by taking back ownership of their health. I want to leave you with one more thought. Sex isn't just about performance. It's about intimacy. It's about love. It's about the look in your wife's eyes when you hold her. It's about being present in your own body. As you get older, the goal isn't to perform like you did when you were 25. The goal is to be alive, to be connected, to be able to give and receive love in every way, including physically. Don't let shame or embarrassment or pride stop you from getting the help you need. There is no expiration date on being a man. There is no age at which you stop deserving pleasure, connection, and a fulfilling life. The strength of your manhood doesn't depend on your age. It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on the choices you make every single day, the food you eat, the way you move, the hours you sleep, the way you handle stress, the way you love the people in your life. You are not done. You are not too old. You are not broken. You are a man who has been given another chance to take care of the body and the spirit God gave you. So start today. Pick one thing from this list, just one, and do it for the next 30 days. Then add another and another. Within 6 months, you will not recognize the man you were when you started watching this video. If you got value from what I shared today, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, where I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do if your erections have already stopped working and how to bring them back. And in the comments below, tell me your age and tell me which of these 10 mistakes hit closest to home for you. I read every single comment, and your story might be the one that helps another man watching this video find the courage to change his life. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people you love. And remember, as long as you're still breathing, it's not too late. I'll see you in the next one.